to extend the ugly Christmas sweater tradition to Christmas morning with her ugly Christmas slippers, which, by the way, I don't want to call them ugly because I think they're adorable, is Orly. Anything you make is always a work of art in my eyes.
Thank you.
And I feel that Christmas sweaters get a bad rap. Shouldn't we just call them unique?
You know what? We should. It's time for a change.
Time for a change.
Although I gotta say, Debbie, there is something really liberating when the word ugly is in it. There's something where you're like, more is better. Just keep going. Like, there's no rules. You're not trying to look fancy. You're just having fun.
It's very freeing.
So it really is. I actually, as I was making them, there was a sense of relief of like, you know what?
If you mess up, it's good.
Exactly. This is super, super fun. They're gonna make for great gifts. They're gonna make for great pieces for you to wear, photos as a family, the whole thing.
So much fun. Fun for the family to make together. Fun for like a group or your girlfriends to get together and make. This is the opportunities are endless.
Exactly.
Here. So it starts with a slipper. Is there a specific type of slipper we need?
No. Really, all you want to think about is colors.
Okay.
You want to sort of think about it like your base sweater. If you were making an ugly Christmas sweater, you would want those colors that feel very, you know, Christmassy or holiday, whatever you want to do. So I focused mainly on the blue, the green, and the red. But really, whatever you've got is fine. It's really just about those colors.
And these are even like slipper boots. You could do even the plastic slides.
Anything
works.
Yep.
All right, now if I've learned anything from you over the years, it's make sure you do your placement of where you want your ugly accoutrements before you start gluing on. Correct?
Precisely. Okay. So I would love, Debbie, if you could make the version that we've got right here, which is actually a more simplistic version and just says Merry Christmas on the 2 feet. You can get even crazier, but I'd love you to do that. Now,
we get these letters right here.
Yeah, what you have there are just stickers. They're regular stickers. They're not meant for fashion. Okay. So stickers alone would not be enough. So you're going to actually be using fabric glue on the back. But for right now, the sticky adhesive is there. So I'd love you to just start laying out your design before you glue.
Before I glue.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to move on to these guys. Now, this is the pair that everyone wants.
I mean, it's pretty fantastic. There's a little jingle.
They jingle, but not so much that they're annoying. They jingle just perfectly. And everybody, Maria saw them. Maria's like, dibs. But she has tiny little feet, so they won't fit her. I was like, they're mine.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so to do this, basically what I did is I took this mini tinsel trim, which is really fun, and I just created sort of a stripe across the side. For that, I'm going to use
literally trim you would use on a present.
Exactly. Mini tinsel trim I think it's like 1/2 inch. So what you're gonna do is for this I would recommend using fabric glue as opposed to hot glue, just because you're gonna need your fingers to kind of finagle it a little bit and you don't wanna burn yourself. So I'm just creating my line. And again, because I already laid out my design, I know what this is. So I'm able to just put my glue down.
Okay.
I'm gonna start here, take my tinsel trim right on the edge, and I'm gonna kind of push it in. You want to push it a little tighter, just like that, and hold. Once this side has maybe 20 seconds to dry, you can move on. And what I did is I made it continuous. So right here, I put my thumb down and I fold it up. Okay. So instead of cutting it and having a new one start, I now will look and say, okay, where do I want it to come on the other side? I'll then draw a piece of, line of glue and do the same thing. Lay it right down like that and do the same thing here. I'm going to pinch, hold my finger. It's wire, right? So it holds. And then once I get to this side, I'll cut. And obviously I haven't glued that side down, but you get the idea. I will cut and I will end up with this guy here, which is done and glued.
Oh my gosh. So would it be too much for me to also add this stuff?
What did we say, Debbie?
Never too much.
The freedom of the ugly Christmas sweater.
So far have I done?
I gotta say though, right? Like those look really great because that is like understated, super cute. Those look beautiful. But yeah, have fun. Add any of the details that you want.
Okay.
What are you gonna add? Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Bows. I'm gonna add jingle jangle.
Okay.
I'm gonna add the trim.
All right, so if you're gonna make this exact version, now it's time. I've got these little mini bells. I love them because there's color in them, so it's another opportunity for color. For this, I would actually use hot glue. Do this yourself, you guys. Be super careful and don't let the kids do this part. Because we burned ourselves a million times, much less the kids. So I'm actually gonna kind of rest my hands like
this. Hot glue is hot.
It really is. And the reason we're doing hot glue is because this is metal. You could do E6000 or a gem glue of some sort, but it's gonna take longer to dry. You kind of wanna be able to hold for a second and it's on. So for these, I do think that hot glue is the best option. But basically now all we've got to do is just sort of alternate colors and details. I could do this with the little mini gift bows if I wanted instead, because the idea here is it's supposed to look kind of like ornaments or Christmas lights. So if I wanted, I could replace them with these guys, and I could alternate them and have them, throughout. So all these little details, like get all the details and then just sort of have fun.
You could really add anything to these, Orly. Anything that you would put on a Christmas tree or on a present, you could put on the slippers.
Exactly. And I would say, like, when you're looking for materials, this is what you want is just kind of mini materials. You just want the mini version of everything because you don't have that full real estate of a sweater. You only have that space of your slipper. So just think about that: mini bows, mini jingle bells, mini trim.
Maybe not. You know, with those giant bows, it might be hysterical to just put one giant bow on the front. It's almost bigger than the shoe.
It's true. Actually, that would be kind of fabulous. Like across slides, just like big, huge bows would be great.
So funny.
I even added some right here around the edge, which is really fun. This little detail, you know, again, it's really just about having some fun here and just layering colors and textures and little details.
Very rich. The one with the thing around the bottom looks
Thank
great.
you.
I think that's what I'm going to add around my bottom. Now, I also noticed that it looks like you use a puff paint or something over on one of them.
Oh yeah, so for my little Hanukkah slippers, these are so fun. Look at the menorah, get lit, they're so fun. And yeah, all this is puff paint. So the fun thing about puff paint is that it allows you to make completely custom design no matter what you want because you're just drawing it on. So you always, when you're using puff paint, you always want to make sure to give it a ton of time to dry.
Okay.
I always give mine 24 hours to dry because it's 3-dimensional thick paint and you don't want to touch it and then it sort of fudges out.
These are so great.
Aren't they so fun?
Honestly, this is so much fun. I want to do this immediately with everyone. Fantastic. Thank you, Orly. And I'm going to keep working on these, but I'm going to let everyone at home know that for full instructions, you guys can head on over to hallmarkchannel.com. And for more from Orly, make sure to check her out at thediydesigner.com.